Good evening. My name is Tyrone Alexander, and I am the Interim Director for the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. We are welcoming you this evening to our online webinar that will provide companies an overview of smaller contracting opportunities that are upcoming for the 2021 season here with the City of Toledo. Many of you have been requesting more information on upcoming moving, janitorial, small rehab project contract opportunities. And tonight we have various departments and divisions available to let you know what will be coming up and answering the questions that you may have. We have also included some information on becoming an MBE-WBE certified participant and an overview of our planned bids in accordance with your request. The City of Toledo is also in the midst of conducting a disparity study, which will include our business community, and we wanted to provide you a brief overview of that as well. We would like to start our presentation with Chief of Staff Katie Crosby, who will provide a brief overview of the disparity study.
Thanks, Ty. Hello, everybody, and thank you for being here this evening. We're excited to prepare to kick off another season of our grass mowing program, which is an important service to the city because it also helps to beautify our city and for residents to feel good about where they live. I'll start off by talking a little bit about our disparity study that will be kicking off in the next few weeks. A disparity study is a study that's conducted to determine whether or not the city has disadvantaged minority and women-owned businesses in our procurement processes. That process will include doing research on the availability of firms, as well as how those firms have been utilized in the market. The company that will be doing the disparity studies out of Atlanta is Griffin & Strong. And part of that will include a significant community engagement process. We'll be looking at the barriers that that may exist in our procurement processes and our bidding process, as well as improving policies that create additional opportunities for our contractors. We want to make sure that the city is providing equitable opportunities for minority and women, and that our contracting process is efficient and that it reduces as many barriers to contracting as possible. So we've tried to do this with our grass cutting program. There's some significant opportunities coming down the pipeline because of our investments in roads, thanks to our citizens or our residents passing issue 4. And so we're really appreciative of all of you joining us and hope to see you in the future as we embark on this journey to create more opportunities and equitable opportunities for minority and women-owned businesses. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Karen Randy Wilkins. I'm the Commissioner of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry. We have a very robust program with contractors with the mowing program, with over 40 who are part of the program today. And we have several opportunities available that Jody Prude, our Manager of Parks, will share with you now. Thanks.
Good evening. My name is Jody Prude. I'm the Manager of Parks. And the Division of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry, in partnership with the Division of Code Enforcement, jointly manages the citywide mowing program for the City of Toledo. While we are currently in the second year of a three-year contract, we still have some mowing opportunities to offer. The mowing season begins April 15th and goes until October 15th, weather permitting. This mowing opportunity consists of parks and right-of-way spaces, vacant and abandoned properties, commercial and residential, nuisance properties, and this bid is active now. In addition to the mowing opportunities, the Division of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry currently is offering landscaping opportunities as well for the Reynolds Road flower beds and flower bed maintenance. This will consist of planting flowers, maintenance of weeding, irrigation, and maintenance and repair. This is also an active bid with the City of Toledo Division of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry. And these are the current bid offerings for the division. Lynn.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dennis Kennedy. I'm the Commissioner of Code Enforcement for the City of Toledo. As Jody Prude and Karen just mentioned, in partnership with the Division of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry, Code Enforcement participates in our mowing program. But we also take on 2 different activities for debris hauling and graffiti abatement that you may not be aware of. Debris hauling, can include everything from improper setouts and bulk refuse items to illegal dumping on privately owned and publicly owned lots within the city. We also do graffiti abatement, which can include graffiti cover up and graffiti removal. Both of these activities are in concert with preservation of property through our neighborhoods and our community, which directly impact the quality of life for residents in our community. The scope of debris hauling is a large scope in excess of 20,000 work orders a year. That opportunity will likely go out for bid in the first quarter of 2021. Graffiti abatement, we are looking for contractors who can engage with us to maintain soft properties such as headstones and cemeteries, maintain hard properties such as composite brick and stone on commercial buildings, and then actual removal with chemical solvents to preserve the integrity of historically designated structures and other properties to which painting a gray square over the graffiti isn't adequate. So code enforcement expects to post these opportunities within the first quarter of 2021, and these opportunities will be out for all these on the Planet Bid system. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jim Lewis, Administrator of Facility Operations. We have opportunities in janitorial services for multiple locations throughout the city, which include weekly cleaning of office space or industrial space, roof repairs at all city locations throughout the city, flooring, stripping and waxing of floors in some of our community centers. There'd be opportunities there. Certified backflow device opportunities and fire extinguisher annual certification opportunities in the 21 season. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Dave Obrock, and I'm the administrator for Fleet Operations. Fleet Operations is an internal service organization that supports 2,200 pieces of city-owned equipment. The type of equipment that we're talking about ranges from cars to light trucks to heavy-duty trucks and trailers, mowers, basically anything that with wheels we service here and offer support to the city and the citizens. The opportunities that we're looking for right now is body shop and paint shops to help with our accidents, investigations, not investigations, but our accident repairs. We're also looking for light and heavy duty exhaust shops, glass and windshields replacements we're looking for. Also, if you're in the business of any type of aftermarket automotive parts, such as if you are a distributor for batteries or filters or oil, coolant, tires, brakes, anything that has wheels, we're in need of support, whether it's through parts or parts and service. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jerry Kolkowski. I am the City of Toledo's lead grant program manager. Obviously, I'm representing the City of Toledo's lead-based paint hazard control grant programs. In this program, we work with licensed lead contractors to make units lead safe through abatement and interim controls. As an example, replacing windows, vinyl siding, replacing doors, painting, etc. The Department of Neighborhoods is targeting to make approximately 350 residential units lead safe over the next 3 years. So by the end of 2023, individual contracts can range from approximately anywhere from $2,000 to about $21,000, and sometimes even a little bit more. The basic average is about $12,000 per contract. Contractors do have to be licensed and vetted in order to work within the lead grant program. Part of the licensing, required licensing, is a state of Ohio lead abatement contractor's license, where a contractor does need to complete an in-person 40-hour class, pass the test given at the end of the class, and then must have at least 1 year experience as a lead abatement worker or 2 years experience in lead, asbestos, or environmental remediation or construction. Then they can submit their application to the state to take the state test, pass the state test, get your license, and then have that renewed every 2 years. So the state lead contractor license is a requirement. In addition, working on the job site until everything is contained and cleared, contractors must have lead abatement workers that are doing the work on site. In addition, contractors do need to have a DUNS number. They do need to register in the federal system for award management, and also be a City of Toledo vendor, registered as a City of Toledo vendor. We have recently, the decision was made to waive the requirement of a City of Toledo remodeler's license only for the City of Toledo lead grant program. This is for only non-structural work within our lead grant program. Any job that does require structural work will still have to be contracted to someone with a remodeler's license. And likewise, any and all mechanical work will still require permits to be pulled and inspected. Once a contractor is licensed and registered, they can contact the Department of Neighborhoods to be vetted for the lead program and added to the contract award rotation. Our program works a little bit differently than some of the others that were talked about here. We pre-vet our contractors, and we use a contract award rotation based on a fixed cost pricing list. So we will set up, we will write the work specifications, we will set the cost, and then the next contractor who is on the list in the rotation is awarded that contract. So contractors that are eligible and vetted for the program are essentially guaranteed work through the lead program. The pricing scale is agreed upon, and it is adjusted to take into account price increases from suppliers, etc. Yeah, and I think that's all I have. If you do have questions, my contact information is on the screen, as well as John O'Donnell, who couldn't be with us today. You can contact either one of us for more details about how to become a licensed lead contractor. We can provide you the links and the resources to move ahead with that program. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Stephanie Beebe. I'm the Lead Safe Coordinator for the Department of Neighborhoods. And I work directly with Jerry on the Lead Safe programming. What I do and what I wanted to bring to the table tonight is to support the new lead ordinance that passed last October 2020. We need more lead inspectors to be able to do the clearance exams for the lead safe certificates. And to support those lead inspector programs, the City of Toledo has partnered with private trainers to provide that clearance exam classes so that you can become a licensed clearance technician. These are not City Toledo direct programming. We are merely partnering to provide a private industry growth. But this is a great opportunity because we need about 4,000 exams every year in order to be successful with this ordinance going forward. So there's a lot of work to be done there if you are interested in starting your own small business, either full or part-time to supplement, or if you're currently involved in the contractor, hazard abatement, inspection fields, to sort of upscale your workforce, to also add on exams, clearance inspections, clearance exams as part of your services. So if you're interested in that, you can contact me directly. My information is there on the screen. And you can also visit our website, which is ToledoLeadSafe.com. There is a whole page there for lead workers specifically that has both information about what I'm talking about and what Jerry has provided tonight. So it's a good resource for all things lead. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Valerie Ohl, and I am the Manager of Inclusion and Contract Compliance for the City of Toledo. And I'm going to speak a little bit about how you go about being certified as an MBE or WBE with the City of Toledo under the mowing program and under our standard certification process. So first, we can mention the City of Toledo's minority business enterprise goals. Right now, they're set at 15% for construction, 10% for goods and services, and 21% for HUD projects. Some of the benefits, of course, of being certified as an MBE are it's part of our best bid criteria. It can increase your business exposure by being MBE or WBE conditionally certified or on our standard list, as those are put into a database that's viewable to the public and contractors alike, other contractors who may be soliciting for work. And it's a great resource for your company to foster any working relationships for any subcontracting that you may be interested in as well. For the mowing program, it's a little bit different. For your first couple of seasons, if you're a local business and you're a sole proprietor, we do what's called a conditional certification good for only the mowing season. And at the end, I would ask that you would contact me at our office, and I can give you more details along with the materials that you would need to fill out and provide to us. Sorry. Why we certify MBE and WBE businesses, we get this question a lot, so I like to include that. We uphold the MBE participation goals the mayor set for the City of Toledo. We'd like to maintain the integrity of the City of Toledo's MBE and WBE program to meet our contracting goals for disadvantaged businesses. Obviously, we serve the community by offering a quality minority business and women business-owned enterprise list that will provide diverse choices for all businesses, and to develop, of course, contracting competition to obtain the best prices for Toledo citizens for purchases and projects. Applications are available, of course, through my office. You can reach me at I think it's listed. I'm sorry, I can't see that slide right now, but I ask, like I said, that you contact the office. I also have some resources for the development of your business through some of our community partners that I can also provide to you, the phone numbers and contacts if you're interested in those resources. And then I always like to end with something that I read fairly recently that I thought was very encouraging and something you don't hear that often. Diversity in contracting is actually statistically very beneficial to all businesses in that it brings more creativity, more productivity, more talent, which obviously in turn brings more positive growth and more profit for your business. Thank you.
Welcome. My name is Brian Benner. I work in the purchasing division with the City of Toledo, and my associate, Amy Betts, who is smiling very graciously, is we're going to be presenting today on the Planet Bids, what we call bidding platform. What this really means is, how do you do business with the city? And the Planet Bids platform is an electronic bidding software that allows us to post bids and for you to place your bids on the within the city on our electronic website. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to Amy. And if we could share Amy's screen, that would be great.
And this is Amy Betts. Thank you so much for introducing me, Commissioner Benner. We're going to start today. You're always going to want to go through the city's website at toledo.oh.gov. Right here, and right here at the top, you can easily click into Planet Bids by clicking on Business, and then the Planet Bids link down here. Planet Bids system does run on Google Chrome. You're always to open that website up in the Google Chrome internet face, as well as you should always be on a laptop or a computer to actually do your bidding. By using a cell phone or a iPad or something along that nature, you're not going to get all the information needed for the bidding aspect of this. So it's very important when you go to access the bidding documents that you go on a personal computer or a laptop to obtain that information. If you are not currently registered with our Planet Bids website, you want to click on this new vendor registration icon. If you are, you can just easily log in. And I do have a login, so I'm just going to log in for this sake, and hopefully it will allow me to. Okay, so I do post new bid advertisements every Friday afternoon. So if you're not automatically notified through the system of a potential bid, I would make it a habit of going in maybe every Monday morning, early or late Friday afternoon, to check for additional bid opportunities. When you go to click on bid opportunities, all the active bids are going to pop up on the top. You can navigate the system by clicking on the column stage. That will bring all of your active bids right up to the top for you. So everything in green up at the top is going to be active. There is a due date, a time. If you do, excuse me, just one second. To access any of the bids, you're just going to hover right over the project title and click. So I'm just going to go over this bid really quick, kind of do an overview of Planet Bids. First, the bid tab information is going to give you basic information about the project, what department is putting out that bid, if there's any bid bond information due with that bid. Per our TMC, it is required with all bids, you do a 5% bid bond. Generally, that's going to be 5% of the grand total of your line items, or we're going to have a dollar amount in this bid bond category. Also, if it is a construction project or a service project, you will probably see a performance bond on it as well upon award. In addition, down at the bottom, you are going to see any pre-bid meetings, if any. There is always going to be an online Q&A session to ask a question through the website. You are going to have to log into the system, access any of these documents that are locked on the system. And let's see if I can just double click. I'm going to have to move this box. As you can see, you can view or download any of these documents. All the documents on this documents tab are the documents associated with and or due with your bid submittal. So as mentioned, if I just, you must become a prospective bidder to download any of the private documents. So in doing so, I click on that and it's going to pull up a detailed information box with your information as you registered on the Planet Bids website. down at the bottom, it's going to want to ask you to identify yourself as a bidder or non-bidder. Sometimes on our construction projects, you will see this be primary, subcontractor, or supplier instead of the bidder. So once you click on bidder, and I'm going to have to move this again, we're going to click the done box. So therefore, now you are able to go in and ask any of the any questions through the system. Okay. The line items tab is going to give you the items we're asking you to quote. We prefer you do not deviate away from the line items we ask you to quote. These are going to, currently all of our bids are e-bid through the Planet Bid system due to the COVID pandemic. So when you go to e-bid in this website, these line items will pop up and auto-generate in your system to where you would put your unit price, and the system will calculate at any quantities, et cetera, and calculate down a grand total. Moving forward, the next tab is the documents tab, which I've kind of went through already. That's going to list all the bidding documents associated with this bid. So when you place your bid, you're going to make sure you read through thoroughly all these documents to make sure you know what you're getting into by signing this contract, et cetera. Any addendas and emails I issue will be on this tab. So once you are registered, I highly encourage you, if you see a bid that you are interested in, to access those bidding documents, get on the prospective bidders list by accessing any of those documents. Therefore, any changes we make to this bid, you'll be notified of. Any questions and responses, you'll be automatically notified via email of that question released or that addenda issued. The Q&A tab, as I mentioned, we're always going to have an open forum to any questions you may have. They need to be submitted through this website for the project manager to respond to, because once again, I only facilitate the bids for the issuing divisions. The prospective bidders list is going to show any companies that have accessed the bidding documents through this website. Okay, so you can kind of check out your competition if you like, go see who else is bidding on this project, etc. Once the bids are closed, you are going to theoretically be able to click on this bid results tab, and it's going to show all the vendors and their line item detail that they bid on this specific project. Going back to the list, as I mentioned, all our bids primarily are electronic only bids. There are going to be a couple bids that are paper or electronic, but they do say paper and electronic in the system, unfortunately, and that's just how their system is. For example, our lawn maintenance program that we currently have out with the city, it's electronic or paper submittal. So we do have packets downtown printed out ready for you to pick up. If you're interested in doing so, please contact me to schedule a time for you to pick up those packets for that bid. But primarily, as you can see, a lot of these are just e-bid only. Once again, if you're using a check with your e-bid, you must send in that check, and it must be received by the purchasing department no later than the due date and time of the bid. If you're using a bid bond, you can just scan it and upload it with your bid. As I mentioned before, we started the system back in July of 2014, and I don't have many of the bids archived, so you can go back and actually view some of the previous bids for that specific project you may be bidding on. For example, the lawn maintenance program. You can do a keyword search up here of lawn to narrow your search down and actually go into those previous bids to see what other bidders had bid on that specific section in previous years. So that's also a great feature of Planet Bids. But as mentioned, this is Amy with the City of Toledo Purchasing. If you have any questions about Planet Bids or the bidding process, feel free to contact me directly. Thank you.
Yes. Excuse me. In conclusion, Amy does a wonderful job for us and is never is put off by people asking her a ton of questions to her credit. So please, you're not going to irritate or hurt your bidding prospects in any way, shape, or form when you contact us or as many times. The other thing I think that's really critical, as you can tell, the Planet Bids process is very transparent. When you ask when a specific vendor asks us a question, everybody that's registered that wants to bid on that particular bid will receive the answer and the question. So we try to get to you the same, everybody this is operating from the same point of view, this has the same information. So I wish you well, all well in the bidding process. Please feel free to contact us and we will help you out. So thank you.
So we appreciate everyone being able to join us this evening, and just wanted to let you all know that this content will be available online to the city's website after this webinar presentation is over. We will go through a brief Q&A right now with our chat session. I'd like to invite back Stephanie Beebe. Though she has already sent an answer privately to the person, if we could just read through that Q&A briefly to let all of the attendees know what that question was. And then the content should be available shortly, pending that it is posted to the city's website. And we would encourage you all to reach out to the Division of Purchasing for any follow-up as registering as a vendor with Planet Bids and checking back for frequent updates as they become available. Stephanie?
So one of the questions posed was if liability insurance was a requirement for lead inspectors, clearance technicians to be able to do the lead clearance exams. And the answer is no, liability insurance is not a requirement to conduct clearance exams, but we do highly recommend that you do get liability insurance to protect both of yourself and the property owner in case something were to happen. I think there's also a question regarding the WBE certification. Valerie, do you want to take that one on?
Sure will, thank you. Hi. So the question is, how do you qualify for WBE certification? And then the second part of the question, or different question, does the City of Toledo acknowledge cross certification with Ohio? So WBE certification is the same process as MBE certification. So please contact our office so I can give you those details. Let me know if you're interested in the mowing program or otherwise, so I can inform you accordingly. Does the City of Toledo acknowledge cross certification with the state of Ohio? We do currently have a reciprocal agreement with the state of Ohio. So if you are holding a WBE or MBE certification with the state of Ohio, we honor that certification for the length of time that that certificate is good for. So what that means is if you have your state of Ohio and it expires in August of this year, because you've had it for a year and a half or so, we will honor it till that date with no paperwork or no application necessary. After that date and after you've utilized that reciprocal process, we are going to request that you, of course, certify with us and get on our list as a permanent member so you can enjoy all the benefits of having that status. Any more detailed questions, I'd be happy to answer. Of course, please contact me. I can't say that enough. Please contact me. Thank you.
Okay, once again, on behalf of the City of Toledo, Mayor Wade Kappa-Cabbage, Katie Crosby, the Chief of Staff, and our employees, we once again want to thank you for participating in our chat this evening. Once again, we do look forward to seeing your applications to be able to assist us in expanding our MBE and WBE opportunities in these different paradigms that we have this evening. And once again, if you have further questions, please feel free to contact the City of Toledo through our website. And once again, this presentation will be on the web later this evening. Thank you very much and have a good evening.